Gun Sports Radio is sponsored by Love Radio Network.
It's time to get educated on your Second Amendment right. It's time to get locked and loaded with 2 full hours of Gun Sports Radio. Your hosts Dave Stahl, Lance Pelkey, and Michael Schwartz will teach you anything and everything there is to know about firearms, self-defense, and the laws that affect your American right to own and bear arms. Visit gunsportsradio.com with your questions and comments, or to learn how to become a sponsor and or guest of the show. Now, here's your hosts, Dave, Lance, and Michael.
All right, folks, welcome to FM 96.1, AM 1170, The Answer. This segment is brought to you by Firearms Legal Protection. And I tell you what, you can't beat these guys. I'm telling you, you want to be totally protected 365 days out of the year. Check out Firearms Legal Protection. They are the best legal protection for self-defense. Check them out at their website at www.firearmslegal.com. And to add to that, you need to join San Diego County gun owners. Michael Schwartz and his team work really, really hard to keep your best interests at heart. You can join today for $10 a month, and the package, once you join, it's off the charts. And if you want to be a 10-ring, that's what Lance has done. Trust me, Lance can talk about being a 10-ring member for days. Go to SDCGO.org. SDCGO.org. Hey, TDT Construction. Now, you're not going to believe it, but this isn't a gun shop. This is a construction company that believes in Second Amendment rights and believes in supporting this show just for you. So if you're looking to get a beautiful kitchen remodel, a room addition, or build your whole house, TDT Construction does it all. TDT Construction is a local family-run business that you can trust with your construction needs. Don't overpay. Call TDT Construction. 619-448-2353. That's 619-448-2353. Or go to their website at tdbuild.com. That's tdbuild.com. By the way, they're also A-rated at the BBB. And if you're thinking about getting a CCW, well, then you need an expert right here in San Diego. Maybe you're looking for an Arizona, Florida, or other multi-state CCW permit, then contact www.ccwusa.com. This is a long-time local training firm with small class sizes and expert instruction to fit your schedule and your wallet. Check their California Concealed Weapon Permit page for complete details on how to apply and more information on your personalized good cause statement at www.ccwusa.com. That's www.ccwusa.com. All right, boys, how's it go last week?
Fantastic. We had a big announcement at the old San Diego County gun owners.
What was that? What kind of a big announcement might that be?
It was that coming up December 11th at the 32 North Brewing Company, which is just right down in like the Miramar area. I don't know if you guys have ever been there, but 32 North Brewing, December 11th at 6 p.m. is our big annual Christmas party.
Yay! Wow, that's awesome. What time is that and when is it?
Typically the second biggest event that we put on all year, next to the dinner, which is by far the biggest. So 6 p.m. on, 6 p.m. till closing.
Okay.
Free for everybody. We're gonna have drawings, free drawings for I'm sorry, not free drawings, but we're gonna have drawings for folks. There's gonna have we're gonna have drinks and food available for purchase, and there will be some free door prizes, and that'll be very cool.
Mm-hmm.
But all kinds of
free autographs
stuff
from you. That's
right, free autographs, free pictures. But it's always a good time.
Well, now that you're a star too of your, this is so cool. It's, these new headphones are just.
I hooked up our good buddy Joe Dramisi because he's been using the house headphones, and I'm thinking little animals are going to start crawling in his ears. So I went out and I hooked up Mr. Schwartz and Mr. Pelkey as well. So because there's nothing better than having your own headphones.
Well, it's going to be hard to speak up here now because I'm just going to want to sit back and listen because it sounds good. But I was going to mention Michael's. I noticed in another one of your award-winning videos there online about the comparing purchasing a Sudafed to an AR.
Yeah, about the Sudafed. Yeah, we a couple weeks ago went. Her name's what's her name? Shannon Watts from Moms Demand Action
National.
She sent out a tweet saying that it was easier to buy an AR or I think she said a semi-automatic rifle, but it was easier to buy a semi-automatic rifle, which of course is the most popular one these days, is some kind of AR pattern, than it is to buy Sudafed. She said it's easier to buy a semi-automatic rifle than it is to buy Sudafed.
Really? Where does she buy her Sudafed?
Yeah, I know, right?
God.
So we went, we did a video. You can see it on our YouTube channel. If you go to SanDiegoCountyGunOwners.com and then click on our YouTube channel, we did a video, or if you can see it on our Facebook page too, where we went in and tried to buy a gun and tried to buy a Sudafed that same day.
How'd it work out?
Well, I don't want to spoil it for anybody.
Oh, okay.
But I'll spoil it. It was a little bit easier to buy Sudafed. We walked away with a box of Sudafed, and for some reason, we couldn't buy a gun that day.
Still no sign of the rifle.
Yeah, still no sign.
Did you have to wait 10 days to get your Sudafed?
Yeah, no, didn't have to wait 10 days. Absolutely ridiculous. And, I made a point at the end of the video that, there are problems in this country. There are problems with criminals. There are problems with, people who want to do horrible things. And for, a nationally known person like Shannon Watts who's the head of one of the biggest gun grabbing groups out there, for her to just make things up like that doesn't help. It doesn't help the discussion. It doesn't help the process. It doesn't help. I mean, it was a absolute misleading lie.
I don't think she wants it to help. He doesn't want it to be positive towards our cause.
Well, I don't think,
or maybe she doesn't even know.
I guess what I'm saying is they keep saying, well, gee, we have to stop gun violence. We have to stop gun violence. It's not really what they want to do. If you wanted to stop gun violence or violence in general, there's a discussion to be had. Sure. There's an intelligent, important discussion to be had. But that's not really what she wants to do. Yeah. She wants to get rid of guns. And it's comments like that really kind of prove the case.
Well, that's because they want to control the narrative. So by making comments like that, they want to control the narrative to then go ahead and confiscate the guns.
Right.
So that's ultimately what it is.
And that's the ultimate goal. No matter what they say,
slice by slice, they did it in England. Slice by slice, they keep cutting away at it, and then one day we all wake up and
holy moly,
we're the sheep they want us to be.
Well, and it gets back to what we were saying before too about the misinformation out there and the lack of knowledge. Because, like I said, if you're not a gun person and you're not involved in that kind of stuff,
right.
I mean, you don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, how easy is it to buy something like this? Because with the media playing up every time there's an incident and making a big deal out of it. If you're not involved in this, you wouldn't know. You might think that it's really easy to just, you walk in the store, you buy your gun, and you leave.
Yeah. Sure. That's what they say.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. It's part of what we do for San Diego County gun owners is the education part. I mean, that's part of it's the big reason I write these blogs every week,
right.
Is to get information out there to people.
Well, I had a discussion at KUSI this morning, and it was a little bit heated. I was rolling with Mike. I thought this is going to be good. And I told him, we were talking about the Del Mar gun show. And he goes, oh, that's gone. That'll never come back again. Oh, no, my friend. It's not gone. I says, we'll be there next month. I said, you should come out. Oh, I would never come out. I says, I'll pay your way if you'll come out.
Who were you talking to?
Just some knucklehead.
Some guy. Okay.
And
knucklehead.
I says, I'll pay your way. I says, have you ever been to the gun show? He goes, no. I said, how could you make that statement? That's like saying you don't like broccoli and you never ate broccoli. And he goes, well, I said,
just before.
Gave him my card. I said, I'll pay your way in if you want to go out. So we'll see.
Well, speaking of that, why not an open invitation to pay the way for Todd Gloria and Wendy Wheatcroft and all the rest of them?
I'll get them a limo to pick their little butts up and take them out there.
Absolutely.
We actually remember we did that $10,000 gun show challenge.
Oh, yeah,
that was
right. Yeah, that was awesome.
Let's do it again.
Nobody got $10,000.
No.
Let's do it again.
And even if you did invite those two people, they wouldn't come out. Because then they have to look at it and say, oh, geez, we were wrong.
Well, here's the thing, though, and we all fall into this trap because we're all good people and we're all rational people and we're all logical people. We think that it's just a matter of, a lack of knowledge. Like, well, gee, if we just explain it to them in a certain way, then they're going to, a light bulb will go off. No. It's like banging your head against the wall.
That light bulb is gone.
By the way, that gun show is at Del Mar on December 14th and 15th. So mark your calendar, everybody. Come out. Whatever you got going on the 14th and 15th, please come and support this. Show up, buy a ticket, come see us. I think what we're going to do, by the way, we're going to do some giveaways at the San Diego County Gun Owners table.
Great idea.
I think we're going to give away some Red Ryder BB guns.
Sweet.
What a great idea.
How cool would that be, right?
Good Christmas gift there.
Yeah, right?
I want one.
Yeah. Well, Dave, you'll shoot your eye out.
Well, that's probably true.
And we're also going to be broadcasting live on Sunday from 1 to 5 o'clock.
Yeah. 4 hours. We'll be out there. Come out, get your picture taken with Lance.
All kinds of people are going to be on broadcasting too.
Yeah.
Mike and I are lining.
It's going to be a packed show.
Yep.
It's going to be a fun. But have we heard anything at all about next year?
Not yet.
Not yet. It's still up in the air.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
but I'm sure, can people go to their senators and congressmen and all that? And
it's going to be in court now.
It's in the courts.
It's all up to the court. So,
John Dillon running that?
John Dillon is not. They the Crossroads of the West hired an attorney and they're going after a long-time attorney. They've had the same attorney for years. So
yeah, well, that's fine because he's got the right idea.
Yeah, they're dishing out the money to pay for the attorney.
But people should be visiting us on the 14th and the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yes, without a shadow of a doubt.
Come on down.
If you've never been, at least go. Then make all the comments you want.
Yeah, and if you have been, go anyway.
Yeah, go again and again. The more
load up.
Yeah, the more people that go, the better it is for the show.
I always find something too. There's always something there where I'm going, oh, hey, that's awesome.
I bought stuff.
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah, I bought stuff there.
That's where they have the best Trump hats, huh?
I know. Well, I had to have that. But no,
and it's 10 days before Christmas.
Yeah.
So you can buy a gun there.
That's right.
Or a gift for your friend that, it's hard to buy for. You can always find something amazing there.
Everything is there. I mean, everything. Oh, that's right. It's exactly 10 days.
10 days. But most important, go to make a statement.
Yeah.
Go to make a statement, show up. And
the way I look at it, don't talk down or negatively until you've been. Once you've gone, then you have the right to say pretty much whatever you want.
Right.
But don't say it's a terrible place and they're selling tanks out the back door.
No,
that's exactly right. And go to learn, because when I went for the first time, I was surprised. I'd never been to one, and it was fairly recent, the last couple of years. And I thought, well, if I'm going to be involved in this, I should go and see what it is.
Get a little educated.
And I was really surprised. It wasn't what I thought at all.
But every month, hundreds of people ask me, well, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? I want to do something for the Second Amendment. And I said, all right, well, here's what you got to do. You got to sit down with a elected official and raise some money for them or convince them to be. Well, I don't have time for that. Okay, then just show up to the gun show.
I don't have time for that.
Show up to the gun show. Like, this is something you could actually, it's a small enough bite. Every gun owner in San Diego County could do it.
Yeah.
Imagine if we had 50, they usually have about 5,000-6,000 people that show up.
What about
imagine
20?
If we had 15 or 20,000.
Yeah.
Make a statement. Show up. Every single gun owner in San Diego should be there.
Well, see, I think a lot of your gun owners in San Diego and around are scared to death to even let people know that they're gun enthusiasts.
Yep.
Because they don't know. There's somebody could be watching them.
Well, we got to stop that too.
Well, I agree.
We got to come out of the safe.
Yeah, come out of the safe. Don't be. I had somebody right now that's got some guns over in Arizona that can't bring it to California, and he lives in California, and they were his dad's guns, so he just sold them all.
Wow. If you're in that situation, contact us.
Because we can help.
Yeah, we can at least make sure. We can at least give you good information.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But yeah, I was totally blown away. Oh yeah, we went right past our break, didn't we? That's your fault.
Hey,
it's too exciting. Right here on FM 96.1 AM 1170.
The Answer.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Folks, welcome back. You're listening to Gun Sports Radio, FM 96.1 AM 1170.
The Answer.
Hey, what's the best defense for self-defense in those horrible new red flag laws? Firearms Legal Protection. Mike Lance and I use them, and I think Joe does too. Firearms Legal Protection is a legal defense program for lawful gun owners with a 24/7 emergency hotline and plans designed specifically for the firearms owner. Firearms Legal Protection is the best legal protection for self-defense. You need to be ready if that knock on the door comes to take your guns away using those red flag laws. Talk to the good folks at Firearms Legal Protection today. That's Firearms Legal Protection at www.firearmslegal.com or call them at 469-310-9100. That's firearmslegal.com, 469-310-9100. Be ready for the new red flag laws. Hey, for those of us in California, lawful AR ownership is increasingly under attack. California's assault weapon laws make it impossible to legally keep your AR rifle with the features it was born with. What's the solution? It's the Cali Key. The Cali Key removes your rifle from the definition of an assault weapon by converting any mil-spec direct impingement AR platform rifle into a straight pull bolt-action rifle. It's a true drop-in solution in less than a couple of minutes. You are good to go. No milling, no aesthetics modifications, and no turning off your gas systems either. Keep your entire AR collection intact at a price you can afford. Cali Key. We love those guys. Check out Cali Key at calikey.com. That's KALIKEY.com. Now, if you're getting ready to do a home mortgage, interest rates have dropped. So if you're thinking about it, this is a good time to do it. And if you're looking to buy a house or a condo, refi existing property, or considering a reverse mortgage to stay in your home, don't go with anybody. Go with PRMI Mortgage. Then call them. They'll be more than happy. Chris Wiley is the main man. For over 25 years, Chris has been helping local San Diegans with all their mortgage needs. Buy, refi, or reverse. Call Chris Wiley at 619-722-1300. Right.
Chris is the best. He's a great member. PrimeRes.com/Alpine is his website.
Check that out.
So we have an awesome next guest. His name is Jimmy Fahr, and he is the founder and Grand Poobah. I'm not sure what his exact title is over there, but he's the main organizer of the UCSD Marksmanship Club. Jimmy, are you there?
Hello?
How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Excellent.
Great. Fantastic.
Wonderful.
So you are a student at UCSD, right?
Yep, that's correct.
And you are also the founder of the UCSD, is the Marksmanship Club, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what we're calling it, the UCSD Marksmanship Club, and I'm the president and founder of it.
Congratulations. Fantastic job. So tell people a little bit about what the UCSD Marksmanship Club does for students at UCSD.
Yeah, so basically what our goal is we want to bring students who either have no experience or maybe even a lot of experience and take them out to ranges, get them shooting, educate them, and we really want to just bring people to the sport and find out about their Second Amendment rights, since a lot of the students that I've met, at least, they want to try to shoot, but they've either never had the opportunity to or just never really thought about doing it until they hear about our club.
That's awesome. What was the catalyst? What made you get involved?
I think part of it was just, I saw a couple of articles about other schools, their like marksmanship programs were increasing, and then I thought about how we didn't have one at UCSD. So I just talked with a couple of friends, said, hey, is this something we can do? And I had a whole bunch of people on board from the start, and so far we've been doing pretty good.
And you guys you've been around for, just under a year?
Yeah, we've only been around for 4 or 5 months, I think.
4 or 5 months, and I think we've done, 5 events now?
Mm-hmm.
And a typical event, tell them how a typical event goes.
Yeah, normally we'll have our shooting socials, so we'll have maybe around 12, 16 people. We'll get them all mentors, get them a one-on-one mentor, give them some training, give them all firearms to work with, and overall we just, we have a great time.
It is fun, and we've done this at Poway Weapons. San Diego County Gun Owners is very proud to do our part to help support the UCSD Marksmanship Club, and we're very, very proud of the job you've done, Jimmy. You've done a fantastic job. And we've done these at Poway Weapons and Gear. We've done them at the Gun Range San Diego, which is awesome. And we match people up. They get an experienced shooter to work with them. We've had you guys try pistols, rifles, and shotguns in a safe, secure environment with safety training and RSOs, registered safety, our range safety officers, and we've even had Jamie Franks from Top Shots come out and be a guest speaker.
Yeah, everyone I've talked to after coming from these events, they've all had a great time. They're all excited to know when the next event is, and people just keep wanting to come back to these.
Well, that's very cool. Now, how's the reception been? First off, how do you find the students at UCSD to participate?
I think most of the students who do participate in these events normally are already at least leaning pro-gun. I haven't really had too many anti-gun people show up, but we have had a couple. Most of the students at UCSD are definitely very liberal. It's just a very leftist atmosphere. Most of the professors are extremely liberal and anti-gun. But overall, I think we actually haven't met too much resistance.
Well, if they're liberal, they should actually be pro-gun, if you go by the actual definition of what liberal means. But I know what you mean, Jimmy. That's biting social commentary by Michael Schwartz. So like I said, Jamie Franks from Top Shots came out and gave an introductory talk on how to get involved in competitive shooting, and now we're actually working on doing a special one-off event for the UCSD Marksmanship Club to show your members how to become competitive shooters, how to get involved in competitive shooting, and we're still working on that. We don't have all the details filled, but the next event is going to be what's the date of the next event?
That's going to be this coming Saturday, November 23rd, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. at the Gun Range San Diego.
Awesome, and it's your group, and it's also the Young Republicans from UCSD, right?
The UCSD College Republicans.
College Republicans. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Yeah, and tell us a little bit more about the feedback you've gotten. I know people have gotten the opportunity to shoot all kinds of different firearms, different pistols, rifles, and shotguns. What's some of the feedback you've gotten?
Well, I think there's just, as we know, there's a lot of misunderstandings about firearms in general, and so I'll have a whole bunch of people who, after coming to our events, are like, oh, I didn't know that this, why this AR is legal and this one isn't. And they'll start learning some of the definitions of what types of firearms classify as what and to what category. And I think it's generally people have a really good experience and find out that they actually don't know as much about firearms as they initially thought they did from, watching movies in Hollywood.
Hey, Jimmy, this is Joe. Hey, just a quick question. Did you have to get permission, or did you guys have to get okayed by UCSD to start your club, or have you gotten any pushback or anything from the school?
So far there's no rules that prevent us from forming as a club. What we do have to do is get through all the registration to become an official club, since as of currently we are still an unofficial club. And to become an official club, we basically just have to go through a whole bunch of requirements, including having enough principal members, having a constitution that's reviewed and goes through all the liability and such. But overall, there's not really too much that the school can do to stop us, other than just delay reviewing our constitution.
Well, officially, San Diego County Gun Owners is a big fan of your club, and really appreciate what you're doing, Jimmy. So thank you so much, and thank you for calling in. And
appreciate it.
And thanks for stepping up and doing the right thing. Thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Keep up the good work. We'll definitely have you back. Folks, we're going to take a quick break. The man is on the line. John Dillon from Gatsky, Dillon & Balance, LLC. Go to cafirearmslaw.com, cafirearmslaw.com. For if you ever get yourself in a situation and you need a lawyer, this is the man. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, right here on FM 96.1, AM 1170, The Answer. Folks, welcome back. You're listening to Gun Sports Radio right here on FM 96.1, AM 1170, The Answer. Hey, folks, holy smokes. Have you been to A.O. Sword Firearms in El Cajon? They got the wildest selection of guns in San Diego County with over 600 unique guns in stock, including hundreds of used guns as well. Go see their full-service, experienced gunsmith and old-school lathe and mill machine shop. They can do everything from mild repairs to full custom firearms and everything in between. A.O. Sword Firearms store located at 929 East Main Street in the city of El Cajon. Go to their website at www.aosword.com or call them at 619-749-4867. Build, buy, or repair. A.O. Sword Firearms is your go-to place for all things firearms. That's www.aosword.com or 619-749-4867, aosword.com. All right, hey, we got John Dillon on the line from Gatsky, Dillon and Balance, LLP. Sorry about the C. How you doing, John?
Good. How are you guys?
Really good.
Probably not as busy as you, but, you know.
Yeah, we have been pretty busy lately, but it's all good.
Oh, does that mean you got nothing but good news? All right.
Well, yeah, I think we have some good news. So it's a little bit of mix. So last week we had to refile our complaint and also refile a new preliminary injunction motion in our Jones v. Becerra case. Mm-hmm. This is the case that challenges California's ban on selling firearms to people under 21. So that means if you're an 18-year-old adult who's not prohibited from, purchasing a firearm, you're not a felon, you're not mentally ill, you have nothing in your history that would prevent you from buying a gun, you're still prohibited. It doesn't matter if you own your own place or you live on your own, have your own job, if you're even married or have kids. It has no bearing on that. So we're challenging that law. We had to actually refile because only 10 months into this law being effective, because it started this last January 1st, they went and they increased the restrictions on the very minimal and mostly illusory exemptions that were in the law. So there are a couple of exemptions, or what they call exemptions, which are: you can buy a gun if you enter into the military. You can buy a gun if you join law enforcement. But let's be honest, those aren't exemptions. Asking someone to join a career that can likely result in your death, that requires its own training and testing just to get in, they're not exemptions. But the one generally applicable one, in which case you don't have to get a new career in order to buy a gun, was a hunting license exemption, and that used to allow you to buy a firearm if you got a hunting license. But the state, just 10 months in, they revamped that part of the law, and now even if you get a hunting license and you're 18 to 20, you still can't buy any handgun whatsoever, and you can't buy any semi-automatic centerfire rifle.
Hey, John,
and we're not talking about assault weapons. These are any semi-automatic centerfire rifle.
John, let's go back to the military. You say if they join the military, they can buy a gun?
Yeah, so if you enlist into the military, you are exempt. But I don't think I have to go into details of why forcing someone to enlist in the military to exercise their fundamental Second Amendment right, that's kind of absurd. To require someone to be shipped, potentially to another country and enter into a war purely because they wanted to buy a shotgun to defend themselves at home. It's a ridiculous thing.
Okay.
Funnily enough, these new, the law that they amended here, it allows, so like I said, active military are exempt, but if you, let's say you go overseas at 18 and you get injured and you get honorably retired from the military, and you're now 19 or 20, which has definitely happened. There's lots of people that go and fight for our wars and get hurt. So you get honorably retired from the military. While you're active in the military, you could buy a semi-automatic centerfire rifle, but honorably retired military also is prohibited from buying these rifles. And this was part of the recent change in the law. So even though you joined the military, you received all the training that any active, military gets, and then you're honorably retired, magically you become prohibited again. And it just shows that these laws have nothing to do with training. They have nothing to do with safety. It is purely a ban on allowing people 18 to 20 from buying firearms.
None of that. That law enforcement thing too. You can't get into a police academy until you're 20 and a half because they want you to be 21 when you.
Yeah, most agencies don't even allow you to apply unless you're 19 or even 20 years old. And that's mostly because they're not going to put you on patrol and issue you a sidearm or a handgun until you're 21. So it's not even an exemption to say, oh, if you're in law enforcement, you're exempt, because you don't even become active law enforcement until you're after older than 21. So again, it just shows how these are not exemptions at all. And it truly is a ban on 18 to 20-year-olds.
So your first day of active duty, your military, you say you enlist on your 18th birthday, your active duty, whatever, a week later, I don't know. But the next day after your active duty, you can buy a firearm. Even though you've had no weapons training, you may have gone into the military and aren't, to do some kind of administrative job. It's got nothing to do with you're obviously not going to use that firearm while you're in the military. If the military wants you to use a firearm, they'll issue it to you. So it's got absolutely nothing to do with anything other than that particular job. They'll allow you to own a personal firearm. It doesn't make any sense at all.
Makes no sense whatsoever. And like I said, then if you're honorably retired, still having all the same experience, you magically become prohibited again. It's an absurd thing when you really look at it. And so we refiled to have all our papers and our challenge be up to date with the current law. And looks like we'll have a decision on that motion in early to mid-January.
Excellent. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I thought when you joined the Army that they were now making you buy your own weapon. That's what I was thinking.
It's a tax saving
California may try. Don't give them any new ideas. So the other thing I wanted to quickly touch on is, we had this Santa Clarita shooting that happened, and where a 16-year-old had a handgun and he shot a number of kids, and resulting in at least, I believe, 2 deaths. But, let's just be honest. This was absolutely tragic, horrendous, and no one that is in any sane mind would ever want something like this to happen. And I think regardless of whether you're pro or anti-gun, the very least, we all need to come to agreement that no one likes these things and no one wants them to happen. And if you meet someone who's saying that NRA members or gun owners are terrorists and this is what they want, don't talk to that person. They've clearly gone off the deep end. But with that being said, we get a lot of politicians and celebrities and people that basically have no knowledge whatsoever when it comes to guns or even gun laws, using this opportunity to demand for more gun laws. I know the Brady organization and many other, Moms Demand, gun control organizations, they're using this as a way to demand more gun laws. And they claim we need universal background checks, we need assault weapon bans. But people need to take a step back and look at what they're demanding and then realize that what they're demanding has absolutely nothing to do with stopping these things. And this is a perfect example. In California, we have universal background checks. We have 10-day waiting periods. We have gun safety certificates, gun safety quizzes, handling demonstrations in order to buy a firearm, multiple proofs of residency. We have 1 gun per 30 days. We have a under 21 firearms ban. If you're 16 years old, it is illegal for you to have a handgun, and walk around. This kid, he went in, and it was illegal for him to take the gun wherever he got it from. It was illegal for him to carry it in his backpack. It was illegal for him to bring it on the school grounds. It was illegal for him to pull it out and shoot, 5, 6 people. None of these laws worked. And now you hear that people are wanting universal background checks and assault weapon ban. Well, first of all, we have universal background checks and we have an assault weapon ban in California. They did nothing to stop this. And this was a handgun. So they're using this as an opportunity to demand an assault weapon ban. Well, what does an assault weapon ban have to do with this shooting? Nothing. So you're using this shooting as a way to demand gun control that has nothing to do with it. And California, we have it all. We have every single law that you have even heard these people propose. We have every one.
And then some.
We still have the shooting. We had the Gilroy shooting. We've had the Poway shooting. We had the YouTube shooting up north. We've had multiple mass shootings in this state with all of these laws in place. And you know, I'm sorry, the definition of insanity is doing the exact same thing over and over again, thinking you're going to get a different result. Well, adding another illusory BS gun law is not going to help. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to stop a crazy individual or a madman that wants to kill someone from killing people. They're just going to do it. What we need to do is first be able to protect ourselves, and second, take a step back and really try to figure out what are the causes of not just gun violence, but violence and crime in general. And we need to start addressing those problems like poverty, family structure, you know, school, like proper schooling, you know, having kids have proper mentors and people to look up to as they grow up, you know, how we need to deal with these issues of depression and mental illness, especially in the teenagers. They're getting, you know, high instances of, you know, suicide in the last decade. It's increased dramatically. We need to look at the causes of all that, because if we deal with the actual causes, we're no longer going to have to deal with the symptom, which is gun violence.
There you go, getting logical on us again. Do you stop that?
Yeah, you know, people just really don't like logic and rational thinking.
I know. Isn't it the funny, or what was that one they were saying? Hearsay is much better than facts. I mean,
yeah, that controls.
You got a hard job, my friend, but just keep pushing the push and fighting the fight. And go to cafirearmslaw.com anytime you get yourselves into a sticky wicket, folks. John is the man. Thanks, buddy. You're the best.
All right, have a good one, guys.
Thank you. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we got our good buddy. Casey is on the line from Gun Range San Diego on FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Folks, welcome back. The show off air is way better than the show on.
Hey, come on.
This is Gun Sports Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Hey, what's the best defense for self-defense in these horrible new red flag laws? That would be firearms legal protection. Mike, Lance, Joe, and I use them. Firearms Legal Protection is a legal defense program for lawful gun owners with a 24/7 emergency hotline and plans designed specifically for the firearm owner. Firearms Legal Protection is the best legal protection for self-defense. You need to be ready if that knock on the door comes to take your guns away. Using red flag laws, talk to the good folks at Firearms Legal Protection today. That's Firearms Legal Protection at www.firearmslegal.com or call them at 469-310-9100. That's firearmslegal.com at 469-310-9100. Be ready for those new red flag laws. Hey, you want a little personal training? Well, guess what? John Groff can take care of that for you. CCW training classes tailored to you. John's been providing individual CCW training classes for first-timers and people renewing their permits for many, many years. Retired San Diego County Deputy Sheriff, John can arrange a time to fit your schedule and affordable pricing. Looking for a calming and caring demeanor? Then call John Groff today at 619-933-4368. That's 619-933-4368. Or ask John Groff at the Gun Range San Diego. And speaking of the Gun Range San Diego, the Gun Range San Diego at 7853 Balboa Avenue, 10 to 10, 7 days a week. Go to thegunrangesandiego.com. That's thegunrangesandiego.com. They'll take care of all your needs, whether you're a first-time shooter or long-time shooter. They will take care of you like family. And speaking of Uncle Casey, how you doing, Budsky?
Hello.
Hello. What's kicking?
Oh, you know, having a beautiful Sunday here. The range has been full the entire day. So we're keeping it, pretty busy going on in here. Can't
here we
complain
are.
one bit.
And the sunny San Diego is like 80 degrees out or something.
What's up with that?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to rain Wednesday.
It's 96 on sunny Lakeside.
Rain coming in.
Gotcha.
That's going to suck. Yes, indeed. But beautiful day here in San Diego. But big thing coming up, next Saturday, the 23rd, this is going to be our fifth year anniversary of being the gun range San Diego.
Has it been 5 years already?
It has been 5 years. That is for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Veronica's been working hard along with everybody else down there.
Absolutely. So the big deal that we have going on.
Ooh, the big deal.
This is our sale that we have going on here. With any of the purchase of a new firearm, excluding Glocks and AR lowers, we will be giving you a 1-year free bronze membership to our range.
Wow.
Hey, man.
That's awesome.
What a great idea.
Yeah.
Now, this is also going to be a voucher. So, say you already have a membership, you can gift it to a family, a friend, doesn't matter. It's good for the entire year starting November 23rd to November 23rd of next year, but it is going to be a voucher, which means either you can use it or you can give it as a gift.
And the bronze membership, what does that include, please?
So the bronze membership is going to give you a free lane, eye pro, ear pro, 5% off accessories, 5% off ammo. You can come to our range as many times as you want. You're not going to pay a thing for our lane fees.
Fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
All that
$275 value, so it's going to be a good welcome back to the gun range San Diego. That is our purpose here, is to bring everybody in and enjoy the great Second Amendment life.
Okay, and that'll be next Saturday, 10 to 10?
Next Saturday, exactly. Next Saturday, 10 to 10. It is going to be one day only, okay? So it's going to be on all of our firearms, excluding Glocks and AR lowers. We're doing something better for those, or not necessarily better, but we're doing something for those on Black Friday. We have to have something for Black Friday, and that'll be announced later on the week of what we're going to be doing for our Black Friday sale the following week.
Okay, and let's say that there's a first-time shooter. No one's really someone hasn't shot before, and they're looking to buy a firearm, maybe a lady to start with. What would you suggest?
So it really comes down to their shooting style and what they're looking in to get to. Most people always think, the small guns, I like something small for home defense. That's not necessarily a good thing, especially for newer shooters. The smaller the gun, the shorter the barrel, lighter the firearm, the more recoil is going to be felt. So we always have this stigmatism, a guy will bring his old lady in here and be like, I want to get her a little 38 special snub nose. Not necessarily the best thing. I mean, I don't like shooting snub nose because they kick like a darn mule in my hands, and I'm not the
scared to
fondest
death of mine.
I almost got one for my wife because I went to a different gun range before I knew anything about the gun range San Diego.
That was 20 years ago, Dave.
Well, I got her a Smith & Wesson 9mm.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's
one of the good ones that we do is the Shield. The Shield is a great gun. We sell those as quick as they come in.
Yeah.
They are on the subcompact level, so they're going to be a little smaller, which means they're going to be a little bit snappier, but with training and handling, you can do it.
Yeah.
Other options out there that people have, the Glocks. The Glock 19 was probably the most sold pistol, I would say, in the world. Excellent gun, easy to use. There's also other revolvers out there. You get into the 686 line of the Smith & Wessons. For people's first time shooting firearm, we kind of recommend them to go to the either compact or full-size level. It really depends on their size and what they can handle. We're not saying there's anything bad with revolvers whatsoever. We're just saying starting somebody out on the snub nose is, I would say, rather mean.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Casey, do you see...
yes, sir.
Do you see people or... looking at the like the 380 calibers, especially with say women that are new to it, or even if you just have small hands, it's not so much the recoil, but just the grip and feeling it.
A lot of people will go to the 380. Now, the downside about California is only a few models available in 380 on the roster. So there's a very, very slim picking when it comes to that. The majority of the ones that we sell will be the SIG P238. Awesome little gun, low recoil, easy to put in your pocket. We sell those all the time. They are a subcompact, so they're extremely small. I mean, I could put the whole gun in the palm of my hand. For 380s, you're not really going to find any like compact or full size. The only other ones out there, you have the Bursa, the Thunderstorm, the Firestorm. Not bad guns at all. It's just a plain Jane. They'll run you about $300 to $400 depending on where you find them. 380 is a good round. It's just not as prevalent as 9mm or 45 out there. Still good round, just there's not many models available in California.
What if a lady just wants to keep a gun at her house? What would you suggest?
The ones we see the most of, again, be a Glock 19 or XDs. Those will be.
And then what about a revolver?
Revolvers, Smith & Wesson 686s go. Ruger GP100s go quite a bit.
686, what caliber is that?
those will either be 357 or 38. Some will be 6-shot, some will be 7-shot. Depending on which model, we got plenty of them in. It really just comes down to the shooter preference. Okay. If they like sticking revolvers and they know how to work them, absolutely. We'll get one in your hands and send you on your way. The downside that people have issues with semi-automatic pistols is racking the slide.
Right.
That's the
there you
thing
go.
that people have issues with.
Big time.
When we come in here, that's the first thing. It's like, oh, I can't rack the slide. And I'll sit there and I'll be like, try this mode of doing it, or try this way of doing it. Most of the time they can. If they cannot, or if they have I've had a couple people that had handicaps with their hands, like tendon issues and whatnot, we steered them over to revolver because it was easier for them, and that's what they liked. Nothing wrong with that. There's other ones. The HK has the Peachhausen on the roster, which is an awesome 9mm. It's double action or single action, depending on which one. They have a compact and then they have a subcompact and a full size. Awesome guns because those models actually have a hammer on it. So one way people can actually rack a slide on semi-automatic pistols, if it has a hammer, they cock the hammer first, then rack the slide. And I teach them things like that, and it makes sense, makes it a little bit easier. There's always a tip or trick to doing it.
I'd say the upshot of it is just go down and see Casey or somebody at the gun range San Diego, especially with that promotion coming up next Saturday.
Absolutely. Yep.
Bronze membership, Dave.
That's the perks of us having the range. Is I always talk to these people. I'm like, look, you're undecided on, say, these 2 or 3 firearms. Go shoot them. Find out which one you like, and we'll go from there. It's the easiest way, and that's the perks of us being the Gun Range San Diego is we're not just a gun range. We have a full sales staff here, and we sell guns like it's cool.
There you go. All right, buddy. Hey, it's always good talking to you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go shoot something.
Absolutely. Have a good one, guys.
All right, this is FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Oh, I got to stretch it out a little bit. Hey, speaking of which, if you go to www.gunsportsradio.com, you can get more information than you'll know what to do with. Podcasts, you can email us, check out some news, and then if you want more news, go to San Diego CountyGunOwners.com. Joe Dramisi's got a blog. You've got your Christmas parties coming up.
We got our meetings this week. RDL Tactical up north, the Gun Range San Diego on Tuesday.
Yep.
And then RDL Tactical on Wednesday. And then we actually have 2 meetings on Thursday because of Thanksgiving. Fallbrook meets and Chula Vista meets. So if you want information on that, go to SanDiegoCountyGunOwners.com.
Right, exactly. And join San Diego County Gun Owners. We're only talking $10. The more people that join, the stronger we will be.
That's the answer.
It's a nonprofit organization. It is a 501c.
No, it's it's a political action committee.
Oh, sorry about that. Same old thing. It's a PAC. Hey. But do it anyway, because if we don't all group and get together, you won't like the results. That's right here on FM 96.1 AM 1170.
The Answer.
Gun Sports Radio is sponsored by Love Radio Network.